So, you want to save the white race? Well, my dudes, you've come to the white place. I mean, right race. Fuck. Right place. There we go.
No, no.
You have been warned. Let the demonetization process begin! Now, before we get any further into this video, I'm going to make a disclaimer. I will not be joining you on your journey of ethno-tenacity. Gentlemen, I'm sorry to say, you wouldn't want me though, honestly. I'm a filthy, fat, trap, cave beast, libtard, coal-burning thought Becky, according to the internet. I've been told. It really depends on the week, though. My identifiers are honestly up in the air at this point. I really should be having some sort of identity crisis by now, with the amount of things that I am according to the internet. I won't lie, though, it's really of little consequence to me and the people I know in real life. There we go. But you're not here for my wit and banter, are you? You're here to be educated. I know something you don't. Supposedly. Something that could help you in your quest to save the white race. And I'll tell you, me and the boys, we've been discussing the matter extensively, just because we were curious, and we spent a good portion of one of my lovely, lovely cringe-reading streams cooking up some truly spicy hot takes. Guidelines, if you will, looking hypothetically at how you could possibly save the white race since, the ethno-state is a little out there. Way out there. Unless, of course, you want a full-blown race war. Do you? Let me just remind you, a race war means death. And the death of a white male means, of course, that you have less eligible white males to service the white gene pool. And we all know what happens to your offspring when you keep it in the family, Am I right, incestuous European monarchy? So, let's get to it. What is it going to take to get the white race back to its former glory of, the Black Death, xylospongium, rubbing your teeth with powdered fish bones and then rinsing with a mixture of vinegar and sulfuric acid? The literal Dark Ages? I digress. Me and the boys, we have come up with a list of 14 implementations, strict implementations, mind you, that if you take care to follow religiously, should absolutely protect the longevity of the white race for the rest of all perceived time. And yes, it has something for everyone in it. Something for the alt-righters, the feminists, the eugenicists, the incels, the vegans, the meat-eaters, the traditionalists, the sexually liberated people, the homosexuals, the Scottish, yes, the Scottish, the sexual educators of the world, and so many more people. So many more. It's crazy. Without further ado, though, let's get to Weebo's 14-point plan on saving the white race. Number 1 should be an obvious point. If you want to save the white race, it is within your genetic line's best interests to fornicate like jackrabbits with anything and everything that moves. No need to ask if said partner has any STDs. Pfft. No need to determine if said woman folk or man folk is at all genetically adept enough for your gene pool. Pfft. No need to determine if she picks her nose and if he has a steady job. Pfft. There is too much at stake here for that kind of nonsense. There's no time to be discriminatory about who it is you're having sex with, guys. The only thing you need are a plethora of dicks and vagines getting it on like this. Yes, that's how you do the sex. It's the only way to save the white race. That means you'll have to procreate with trad dots and regular white girls and southern belles alike. But it's a small, small, small price to pay for saving the white race. And that's what you want. Right? Number 2, this is a little bit less obvious, as for some reason in society in the current year, it has become unpopular for men to don free-flowing dress-appearing garments for fear of being seen as feminine. Brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you today that a man wearing a skirt is not just acceptable, but it should be mandated by the government in order to assist in the procreation of the white race. Any race, really, for that matter, this could go for, but the point is that the Scots have it correct, my dear people. Pants cause infertility. The gentleman down under, you know who I'm talking about, must be allowed the opportunity to breathe in order to produce semen effectively. Treat your loins like that enthusiastic iron pumper does his armpits at the gym. You must free the gonads. We should make that into a Twitter hashtag. It makes so much sense, anatomically speaking, yet you would seek to impose this postmodernist chastity belt. I think not. There will be no pantaloons in the authoritarian ethno-perseverance protocol. Of that you can be certain. As you very well know, gentlemen, or at least I hope that you know, there cannot be any baby-making in any other hole other than the vagine. This is science. Thusly, it is only right that we strictly prohibit sodomy of any form. Those precious baby-making juices must be serviced towards the vagine. Yes, that means no more anal, but it also means that oral is out of the picture too. I'm sorry to say, sodomy has a double-pronged meaning if you didn't know, and if you catch my drift. And hence, this point means irrefutably that we can have no more of this public bathroom quickie blowjob nonsense for anyone at any time. Kids, it's not the way. I'm sorry, but if you're going to save the white race, sacrifices must be made, and this is just the first of many that you will make. I don't make the rules. I'm very well aware that periods are icky, and the less that you gentlemen know about them, the better. Supposedly, it is a hard fact of life that if you intend to impregnate a woman, you must do it right, during a particular moment in her cycle. This is why we must insist upon mandatory reproductive training for all males, as well as females. And by the time that this reproductive training has finished, you will know, gentlemen, in intimate, gruesome detail the difference between cervical fluids, arousal fluids, and discharge ad nauseum. Emphasis on the nauseum. This is exactly as it sounds. All eligible men and women who can procreate will be known as breeders, and hence, having thoroughly dehumanized the lot of the breeders, the next part in this point will absolutely not violate any human rights laws. Imagine a giant room lined with flat slabs, and upon each slab a naked female breeder. In from another door come a line of naked males to do their business, and then that particular batch of breeders moves on to the rehydration chamber after they've finished, while the next batch of male breeders comes in to take their places. It's that simple. And the reverse can also be achieved gender-wise with the top sperm producers in the demographic, because we believe in equality here. It is absolutely not a violation of any human rights tribunal thingies if we keep all eligible males and female human beings naked in several dark rooms for singularly breeding purposes to further the agenda. I can personally assure and vouch for this system. It is a non-issue. We just won't tell the UN, just in case, or a counter for that. We'll pretend it's for the glory of Islam. Either way, we're good. Cell phones, radios, microwaves, televisions, all of that shit can cause infertility, obviously, don't you know? Thusly, it is banned. That means no more cell phones, guys. You can never call anyone again. Say goodbye to your portable memes. Radios? Not a loss. No one really listens to the radio anymore anyway. And then we have microwaves. Oh no, whatever will the thoughts and insults do for their meals? See, this is why we offer culinary arts in high school, kids. Worth a semester checking out. Advice from weebs for the real world. Television. You will never watch porn or anime ever again. Like I said, sacrifices must be made in the name of saving the white race. It's just the way things have to be. There is one reason for this, and one reason alone. We need only the female video game avatars, especially the over-sexualized ones, to trigger that toxic masculinity hormone that makes the males relentlessly horny without a second thought. And horny men make Babies, this is science. The sexist video games will act as just enough of a catalyst that the men will have no choice but to enter the assembly lines to satiate their blue balls. Especially considering what happens in the next point, number 8. Yes, I know, it's a right shame. We're going to have to ban porn. I'm sorry, but it is the only way. You have to understand, we can't have the males jumping the gun prematurely. We need them to procreate, and their jiggle juice does little good when directed at hentai and German dungeon porn as opposed to a woman. It must be directed at a literal female in order to save the white race. It is the only way. Any food that is not specifically an aphrodisiac has no purpose other than to be a distraction to humans. It will be mandated that you are only allowed to eat foods that are traditionally associated with an increase in libido. Yes, that means that you can eat chocolate, strawberries, figs, and pomegranates, but you should also prepare yourself, kids, because also on that list is asparagus, so prepare for your piss to smell downright nasty, but also hot chilies, salmon, and oysters. Oh, and you'll never eat red meat or pork again, so sucks to suck, boys. Bananas will also not be included on this list, but for reasons that will be explained shortly. Need I say more? It's soy. We're trying to procreate here, and soy doesn't facilitate that. Next point. The robot sex dolls, the dildos, the vibrators, the butt plugs, the obvious thingies, but also anything that can be used as a sex toy substitute for a vagine or a peen. So there go your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and socks. Those are out. Curling irons, bananas, also out. Anything that you can stick into or stick yourself into is thusly banned. Mas. Nada. Zip. Zilch. Honestly, I don't enjoy being a killjoy. I really don't. Yes, I do. But let's be honest, monogamy, traditional marriage, it doesn't cut it when it comes to procreation. And traditional marriage is simply an inhibitor of the liberations of a man's procreating abilities. One man can get hundreds of women pregnant in his lifetime, so it's silly to pretend that regulating yourself to one woman at a time is going to aid in your quest to save the white race, kids. It's common sense. Now, what do you do in a society utterly devoted to procreation with those members in it incapable of fulfilling such a singular purpose? Why, you make them slaves, of course. It's so simple, so elegant. A solution for those in the final stages of their lives. A final solution, if you will. Yes. And finally, this seems rather redundant as I've already banned your porn and your sex toys, but where there's a will, there's a way, my dudes. And yes, that means that we have to take away your right to wank yourself as well. I mean, I know. I'm not happy about it either. I'd much rather you have the ability to jerk yourself off into the sunset. You deserve it, fam. It's just, your dingling is more useful to the Ubermensch and the white race in a woman than it ever will be in your hand. Sorry to say. And that, my dear viewers, is how you save the white race. Throw out the beloved Constitution. Your body is no longer yours. You are a slave to the cause now. There is no turning back. Your purpose is to either fulfill or be fulfilled. And nothing more. Breed, and then breed some more. Because the crazy train ain't stopping until you meet your goal. It is the only way.
You don't know the way.
If you like what I do on my channel, please consider checking out the links in the description to the Patreon, Teespring, and Amazon links. And if you like what I'm doing, but maybe not that much, that's cool. You can always like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. Peace!